What's going on, Taurus? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the week of November 20th through the 26th, 2023. So in this reading, Taurus, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy, some things you do not see coming, and also get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you regarding the 20th to the 26th of November. But before we begin this reading, Taurus, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance, Taurus, for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Taurus. So without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy for you. We'll see what's coming through for this upcoming week, Taurus. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Taurus. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we got going on here, Taurus. Okay, yeah, really interesting energy that you got going on here, Taurus. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you for this week feel like in the beginning of the week, or even as you're listening to this right now as the reading drops, like there's a feeling of you're not doing enough in your work, or like a feeling of boredom in your work that I feel like you're going to be transforming. I feel like your motivation, instead of being extrinsic, may actually become more intrinsic motivation, like you shifting your ideal and focusing on some sort of stability that may not happen overnight, but it's actually more of like a noble pursuit that you're gonna be doing here to help people, is what I feel. I feel like there's some sort of mechanical, robotic, or just automatic way that you've been dealing with your work here that I feel like is really going to change. And it might require you to make a really tough decision in order to kind of, put yourself into a place where you're really ready to pursue, some sort of work thing that's more of a noble pursuit. It's just what it's coming through as already. And this is an existing thing. The frequency of this reading, there could be some sort of plans that you've been sitting on, but you've just been telling yourself it's not the right time, not yet. There's definitely a money move that you're going to be making this week, but it's not going to bring you like instant security. There's kind of like spirit is asking you to actually balance yourself emotionally through some sort of money move that may not make sense through the physical mind or logic. Like what I'm getting from this reading in terms of the advice is that if you can shift your work or some sort of like hobby even, or something that you're doing with stability and money, and make a quick decision to do something that actually makes you feel alive, it's actually going to help you more in the long run than holding on to something that's like depressing you, or you could do more. It's just what like the feeling that I'm already getting from this reading. So before we get into the tarot, let's start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards. And these oracle cards contain the energy that you need more of to embody for your own highest good. And excuse me, the first card that you have here, Taurus, excuse me, wow, is conditioning. And it's funny that I can't even talk right now. Maybe there's something that you want to do that you feel like it's really hard to even speak about because you're surrounded by sheep here, Taurus. This card is definitely asking you to do a bit of shadow work. And the first thing coming through is actually to recognize that you are a lion among sheep, and you need to capitalize on that, especially, excuse me, in terms of some sort of new action that you have to take. With the energy that you need more of, there's something about studying people's conditioning in a very in a certain way where you can opportunize it or you can capitalize on it. Like, what are you seeing that people are conditioned by, right? They're not questioning it. They're not looking at it from a certain angle. The intuitive feeling I get from this reading is you're actually here to like provide the universe with a service that's going to deliver people from conditioning. But if you're going to do that properly, then you must not be afraid of going into conditioning with kind of a cool and detached mind, so that you can really study it from an objective place, because the objective observer always has the advantage. For some of you, there is like this idea of you snapping out of some sort of automatic behavior as well, like any sort of thing that you feel conditioned thought patterns. There is a frequency of this reading where a lot of you may not be excited to start the day because you think that you know what's going to happen within your day. There's something about thinking bigger here, not letting sheep determine your destiny, really thinking for yourself and taking a risk. Spirit is definitely advising you to take a big risk right now that may really shock people, and the reason why you need more of this energy is because if you find yourself in a situation from the 20th to the 26th where you feel like you're a lion surrounded by sheep, then you know you're in the right direction. And if you feel like you're a sheep amongst sheep, you got to wake up from that. So I don't know. The next frequency that you need more of is maturity. So you need maturity and conditioning. And this is what I'm saying. There's a new beginning in the physical world for you, and this is what you need more of to actually do it, to take a risk, and you're ready to do it. This card, maturity, in this Osho Zen Tarot deck doesn't come out unless you're completely ready to take on a bigger challenge in the physical world, a new challenge in the physical world. For some of you, this is going to look like you're holding on to your existing income, but because this is in your advice, you actually have 2 different projects going. You're working one job, you start a project on the side. Taurus, because there's definitely something that you're waking up out of. Like, wake up, young muggle, you sleep. Your soul needs something to eat. Taurus, quit your job. It's time for you to be your own boss. Let me tell you how to I floss. Okay, so there is something about like, wake up. It's all over, Taurus. Wake up. Wake up. I don't know, like, snap out of conditioning, whether this is you helping people do that or you doing that yourself. And then you have the 10 of Cups is what you need more of. And so this is definitely long-term thinking. And I feel like there's definitely a big adjustment to your happily ever after, your wish fulfillment. And I feel like it's actually going to come to you. Once again, the energy you need more of is to focus on your emotional health through some sort of financial risk. Okay, that's just what I keep getting. You have to risk it for the biscuit here, but there's some sort of risk that you need to take that's actually going to bring you more emotional security. Because here's like the idea of this reading. For me in my personal life, Taurus, the only way that I was happy when I was actually on the path towards my long-term goals, even if my life, was very scary or I had to make certain sacrifices to snap out of conditioning that were very scary or unpleasant or temporarily dissatisfying, you're on the right path when every single day you wake up and you feel like, even though I'm not at my end goal, I'm still happy pursuing it. And there is this feeling of you letting go of something finally, that you're just, that you swinging the hammer at whatever you're doing for work, like it's not going to bring you long-term fulfillment, even if you are successful at it. So there's maybe this idea of you looking at releasing the idea of doubling down on security that you just know is working, but makes you feel emotionally horrible, is what I'm getting. And so some of you, I'm not telling you to completely quit what you have going on, but there is this thing of like, quickly implementing a side hustle or something like that, because this is there's something wrong with your emotions here, Taurus. And so there is this idea of, I feel like a lot of you think you're more conditioned than you really are. Okay, just because like physical reality hasn't caught up and maybe you don't feel like you're a leader yet here, I feel like the way that you think, feel, and act is like highly different than the masses, but some of you could feel like you're still caught up in the masses to a certain degree, like your physical life, and there needs to be like an integration between what is on the inside and what's on the outside. And that's like a scary moment, because authenticity is about making what is going on within you the same as what's going on without you in the external world. That's how you're on the path to happiness, and I feel like there's a readjustment with that's going to make you really happy, but it is going to require something to end. And I don't know what that is, whether that's a relationship or what. Yeah, let's just keep going. Your opportunity, Taurus, for this week is the 7 of Pentacles. And I really feel like this is you taking stock of what you have done in your life up until this point and realize that it's just so. The opportunity to realize is like the lifeline that you're on right now that you're going to create is very, like, it could be even nourishing and meeting your basic needs, but I feel like this reading is about more. There's just more out there for you. We're going to have to clarify why this is your opportunity. I do feel like there's an opportunity for you to really double down on an existing plan. I don't think what you're going to move forward with this week is something that randomly comes to you in a flash of insight. I feel like there's something you've been sitting on. Like there's an opportunity to really put into play an idea that you've been sitting on and waiting for the perfect time. You do have the Queen of Swords here in your challenge, and I feel like this is you to keep a really cold, detached mind this week, because here's the interesting thing about this reading is you need to take some sort of financial risk in order to heal or you need to take some sort of risk in order to heal your emotional life. But you need to take the risk with a detached mind, and your emotions are going to catch up to you, is what I intuitively feel like. It may not feel initially good to rip the Band-Aid off initially. You just got to, I'm going to do this. Oh my God, it sucks. And then you're in the clear. It's always hardest in the beginning, and I feel like there's definitely something that you need to be cold about and end as well, because in what you don't see coming, you have the Ten of Swords here. This is a complete and total ending, but I feel like it's coming from a decision. Like a logical decision to end something that's just not emotionally doing it for you anymore. When it comes to your overall general energy, you have the Four of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles here. So there definitely is this theme of stability. The number 4 has to do with stability and even the home. So there really is this readjustment, I feel, somehow financially or somehow in some earthy way with the Queen of Pentacles being here, Taurus, that like I said this whole reading, there needs to be something that you let go of emotionally, some sort of conditioning to move towards abundance, and it could be, you filling a void in what people feel, because once again, I feel like you're sitting on some sort of service or some sort of great idea, but you just need to push through is what I get. I hope this isn't vague, but in what you don't see coming, there's definitely some sort of drastic ending that leads to a lot of youthful happiness and warmth and exploration. It's kind of like the similar idea of switching your lifeline, not for superficial reasons, right, but for things that are going to bring you long-term happiness with that Ten of Cups and what you need more of. There's definitely a sacrifice here. The Ten of Swords, the Page of Wands, and also the Sun. So once something comes to an end here, I feel like you're in the clear. You're going to be very happy here. And it could just be something inside of you that comes to an end, a declaration of intention, or because everything starts from within. You have to change your inner world before you change your outer world. So there could be, if there's nothing external going on, just a clear decision. Because the number 10 in the Ten of Swords is it's like a final decision. There's no going back from this. Whatever it is you're going to implement that's going to eventually bring you more security, I feel. Then when it comes to your advice, you have the Knight of Swords, the Temperance card, and also the Two of Pentacles. Now, the Temperance card and the Two of Pentacles have balance in... they have balance together. Like the thing that is similar about these cards is that they're both going like this, like the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. So I feel like the advice is to kind of like, you got to throw some of your balls up into the air and start making some moves here, Taurus. So you may not feel totally balanced, but you need to like get the process of balancing moving. It's like this is the craziest like stupid analogy that Spirit's giving me. It's like never mind, I'm not even going to go there here. But you need to act quickly. Whatever you have going on here, there needs to be a quick decision to balance yourself out emotionally, and I feel like it's from some sort of financial risk. That's the main message of this reading. So, because you're ready for it with the Maturity card. And, yeah, let's keep going here, Taurus. Let's go ahead and clarify why the Queen of Pentacles is here in your overall general energy. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the Eight of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and also the Five of Pentacles here. So yeah, the Eight of Cups talks about moving away from something that's no longer emotionally satisfying, being in search of your ninth and your 10th cup, and you have the 10th cup is what you need more of. So you have the Seven of Cups, which is about sorting through emotional. So there's definitely your emotions cannot be separated from your financial life. So for some of you, this is your love life is tied to your, but it's almost like a mundane feeling that you need to escape from. The Five of Pentacles is here as well, which is usually to do with financial difficulties, being on the outside of where you want to be in the physical world. And clearly there's an emotional adjustment that you're making when it comes to your life that's going to change your physical life, whether this be financial or whatever. But I feel like this is what you're moving away from, the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, it's an interesting, it's just like, I feel like you're a little bit confused right now, but the funny thing is like, I feel like deep down you know exactly what you need to be doing, you just need to do it, type of frequency. Yeah, so let's keep going here, Taurus. Let's keep going. Let's clarify why the Queen of Swords is your challenge. Why is the Queen of Swords your challenge this week? Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, ending something financially. Or taking on a project, taking on something that's going to push you, stretch your limits. Queen of Swords in your challenge is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and also the Hanged Man. Yeah, this is I mean, like I said, this whole reading is about the earthly realm and making a change in that, and it seems to be your challenge. Your advice is the Two of Pentacles, but it's also your challenge. You have the Queen of Pentacles, it's also here in your overall general energy, and you have the Hanged Man, sacrificing something or looking at it from a different perspective. So some of you this could be around you're working with the wrong people and you decide this is not going to do it for me anymore. There could be some sort of, this could be a boss at work, like the Queen of Swords here in your challenge. This could be some sort of, situation that your challenge is you need to separate from something physically based on a decision. For some of you, this could just say, like, I'm not going back to work, like, screw that. Or for some of you, it's just like basically quitting in your head before you actually quit, mentally checking yourself out. Because if you're doing something that is really not bringing you satisfied, give of your hands, give of your head, but do not give of your heart. Like, the whole Matrix is built on, like, having people's heart in these crappy deals with money. It's like, oh my god, it's like you need to shift this completely. So I feel like you're just done with something physical. You're willing to take a risk. Like, you're just hungry for a risk. It's gonna make you happier. So let's clarify why the Seven of Pentacles is why is the Seven of Pentacles your opportunity? The Nine of Wands, the King of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Chariot here. Yeah, you need to stop putting something off and step your game up, like, authentically. The King of Wands, there's an opportunity to be very creative, enthusiastic, eccentric. The Queen of Swords is your challenge, just to make a decision to do it. Five of Wands, competitive playfulness, and the Chariot is divine protection to move forward. So I feel like some sort of plan that you've been sitting on, that you've been telling yourself this is too risky, you've reached the point of no return where you're just, like, not satisfied. If you're just going to have to do this, or you're going to have to sit in dissatisfaction. You can either die quickly or die slowly. It's like, pick your poison here, Taurus, is kind of what I feel. I don't mean you're going to die, but you got to die before you die, and that's the secret to life. You know what I'm saying? How you doing? Let's see why the Sun is here. Why is the Sun here and what you don't see coming? Because your happiness is going to be found through some sort of new long-term goal. That's not going to happen overnight. The Knight of Pentacles is slow-moving, steady energy. It's progress that you can track. It's reliable. Someone who does a lot of work and doesn't need to get attention for it. So this may be something that's happening behind the scenes, that you're going to be satisfied with. And that's why you have maturity and conditioning. Do not cast your pearls among swine, Taurus. Like, there could be some sort of new thing you're doing in the physical world that people are going to have an opinion about it. Like, you're just surrounded by sheep and you're going to be feeling like this lion. But this is what you need to do. And you need to use people's resistance against them. You know what I mean? And you need to like maybe motivate yourself from it, because you know you can't concern yourself. Well, lions don't concern themselves with the opinions of sheep, but you know, if you're dealing with sheep that are pestering you and that are in your face and you can't remove yourself from them in a physical way, then you know, you just need to dig deep and be that bull-like energy and like force yourself to prove people wrong. Perhaps it's kind of what I'm feeling, but I don't know. Let's also go to your advice. Why is the Two of Pentacles here in your advice? Because Two of Pentacles is also in your challenge and it's in your advice. So, okay, yeah, there could be a love situation you're not sure about right now. Okay, yeah, the Two of Pentacles in your advice is clarified by the Two of Cups and also the Eight of Pentacles here. So there could be some sort of motivating factor. If you can't do it for yourself, do it for a relationship. You know, there could be people that you have to support, or like a partner that you like really wants to see you win here. But other than that, Taurus, I feel like this Two of Pentacles in your advice to the Two of Cups to the Eight of Pentacles is like, if you do something that you love, if you feel like you're a partner with your project or your goal, you'll do it for free. I mean, like, because this whole reading is saying, like, work on something that may not have an immediate payoff in terms of the physical, but it will have an emotional payoff, is what I keep saying this whole entire reading for you. And I feel like if you work hard at something that you love, you know, your life is going to transform in a way that you don't even imagine. The universe reveals its secrets to those who dare to follow their heart. And I just don't want you to, like, this reading seems to be one of those that needs to, like, help you minimize your own regrets. And I'm here I really take pride in helping people minimize their regrets in life, because it's like, once again, you're sitting on some sort of plan here that you're really not sure if you can handle it. But what the whole energy that you need in your life is to stretch yourself beyond automatic responses. You know, just like the daily grind, the conditioning. Conditioning has to do with the past, deterministic energy. It's something that is just there. It has a hold on you. It's automatic. And I feel like you need to break yourself out of that. You know, the mind or even your behavior can be likened to a garden. If you let it run wild on autopilot, weeds are going to sprout up. This universe, in order to create a beautiful life, you have to create beautiful habits and a beautiful mind. And I feel like that's the only thing that you're going to be happy with, is some sort of noble pursuit that you've been really sitting on here. And Spirit's trying to say that now is the time to rush into this emotionally good thing. You know, like, you don't find happiness through easy victory. No one wants to hear a boring success story. So there's definitely some sort of readjustment to your long-term goals here. It's sketching you out in terms of like whether you think it's going to pay off immediately or not. But I don't know. I would say you need to do the thing that makes you happy instead of the thing that makes you want security, because the security is a false trap of the Matrix, I feel, with this conditioning card for you. But there also, this thing is like, for some of you, the way in which you're happy with the way you've already overcome a conditioning, your opportunity is the Seven of Pentacles. You need to stop discounting your own knowledge and your own greatness, is what I feel, because I feel like you're discounting it. Like, a lot of you are under the unconscious assumption that the problems that you've already worked out in your head, the way that you view the world, like, people view it the same way. It's not true. There's something about the lessons that you've learned are going to help people snap out of their own conditioning. So some of you might be like thinking about the idea of like, what type of person am I going to provide service to? Who am I going to help snap out of conditioning? Like, what demographic of people is this new project going to serve, or who's going to tune into it, something like that. And I really feel like you thinking about that, getting out of your own perspective and getting into their perspective, is going to help this project go quicker. But I don't know, there's definitely something ending here, Taurus, for you. That's actually the last card that I want to clarify. I want to clarify why the Ten of Swords is here and what you don't see coming. What is that about? Ten of Swords is clarified by the Devil, the Ace of Pentacles. Yo, the Sun and the Three of Wands here. Yeah, you're done waiting on... You cannot wait to act anymore. The time to act on something in the physical is now. You have the Ace of Pentacles and the Devil of what you need more of. And then the Ten of Swords and what you don't see coming is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles and the Devil. So, wake up, Taurus. Wake up, young Taurus. You sleep. Your soul needs something to eat. Sucker, quit your job. It's time for you to be your own boss. Let me tell you how to F I floss.